All right, my friend, I got your personal message, and yes, I'd be happy to do video on this. Um, yes, on the fence, whether to believe in religion or not believe in religion, which is different than whether or not to believe in a particular God or not. There's a question there. If you don't know, it's fine to call yourself an agnostic, I think. It's also fine to call yourself a certain type of atheist, an atheist who basically suspends judgment. It all amounts to the same thing, really. How we label ourselves sometimes really gets in the way. Um, uh, you know, there's a common usage for the word agnostic, which means someone who just doesn't know. They don't believe or disbelieve in God. They just don't know whether there's a God or not, and it focuses on knowledge. What happens on YouTube is because there's so much debate and argumentation that goes on, people want to define the terms very, very precisely so that they actually can debate. So the technical definitions of atheist, the technical definitions of agnostic, um, become kind of burdensome. But in everyday usage, if you don't know whether to believe in God or not, you can call yourself an agnostic. If you don't know whether it's possible to know whether there's a God or not, you can call yourself an agnostic. It's all fine. Books. Usually, I spend a lot of my time basically defending the atheist position against onslaught, and I don't really have much of a time to talk about some of what I consider to be the roots of religion. I've got some great books to show you. I want to start with Jung. Um, C.G. Jung, Carl Gustav Jung, psychologist. This is his autobiography, Memories, Dreams, and Reflections. C.G. Jung, Jung. Remarkable book. He was very remarkable book, remarkable man, very much into the symbols of the unconscious mind. This is his autobiography. He also wrote a popular book called Man and His Symbols, which is excellent. And this shows quite a bit how various religions as mythologies well up through time and through culture and express themselves. Um, also, more recently, a popular writer named Joseph Campbell. He also deals with myths and myths across various cultures and religions across various cultures. Joseph Campbell, Transformations of Myth Through Time. This is a great book, too. Um, if you go back into the 1800s, there's a remarkable book, really thick book, written by a scholar named Sir James George Frazer, The Golden Bough. And this shows different types, it talks about different types of gods, animal gods, agricultural gods, and various kinds of gods through different cultures around the world. And then for actual modern, very modern atheist fare, there's the Portable Atheist by Christopher Hitchens, which has a lot of information by just a lot of writers. There are just a lot of writers in here: Freud, Einstein, Orwell, Bertrand Russell. Just extracts from just tons of writers. But I think this is probably more from the atheistic point of view. This is more viewing religions as organic symbols that rise up through the from the human subconscious or unconscious mind. It doesn't deal so much with the question of does an outside objective God exist or not, but how our symbols transform and our conception of God transforms. And for me, I don't know whether there's a God or not, a creator God or not, but I have not found any modern conception of God which I consider to be, uh, what should I say, accurate, true. I don't know. I think there's a lot of outgrowing. Uh, we have to outgrow a lot of the conceptions of God that we have, our mental conceptions and constructs, how we conceive of those gods, we need to outgrow. So, to me, the most important thing is to always keep an open mind, and not to be bound by any particular conception, but always to be growing and expanding my mind and enriching my own conceptions and my own understanding of the world, to remain open minded. So, Sometimes I call myself an agnostic. If I'm in debating, I usually call myself a negative atheist or a weak atheist. You know, that is someone who does not have a belief in any particular God, but does not disbelieve in the existence of God. I really don't know whether there was a creator God or not. There's some great arguments on that theologically with the rational mind, but I really enjoy reading how symbols rise up out of the unconscious mind, if we assume that they come from the unconscious mind. Who knows whether the inside and outside meet too, you know? But I like to look at them as organic symbols, and you do find that um, many of the gods are composed, well, they bear striking resemblances from one culture to another, and you'll find that some of the ancient gods of Egypt uh, bear close resemblance to the Jewish God and to Jesus Christ. And there's little elements, I think, probably of the Greek god Dionysus mixed in there too. Um, but in any event, it is a curious thing to watch. So keep an open mind. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. You can just call yourself, an open-minded person. You don't feel like you have to label yourself. Uh, I think the labels, the precise labels, are most important when we debate. And of course, I don't know, how much we really learn from debate. I enjoy watching them. I enjoy rigorous thought too. I enjoy both symbols and symbolic logic. And actually, that is why, because I like them both, that is why my name is on YouTube is Symbolic. That's a story, my friend. Take care. Good talking to you. Thank you for the personal message. Bye bye.